Tonight on News 5 Live, the Prime Minister meets the President of Guatemala. Bondholders do not grant extension requests. Belizeans can resume non-immigrant visa applications to the U.S. And find out why Jasmine Hartin's bail hearing was adjourned today. These stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
With the touch of a finger, we can easily unlock our phones and securely gain access to our data. This technology is called biometrics, and the Social Security Board is introducing fingerprint recognition to make transactions and handling of your sensitive data secure, fast, accurate, and convenient. Is your identity safe? Fingerprint recognition will keep your Social Security record secure and confidential while making your access fast and easy. It protects your identity. Is your name a common one? Fingerprint recognition uses your unique characteristics, ensuring your hard-earned benefits go directly to you, the rightful owner. Tired of all the paperwork? Fingerprinting makes this hassle-free. Your convenience and your information security is our priority. Fingerprint recognition coming soon. Social Security at your fingertips.
The vaccine is now available. We here at R&G Life encourage you to take the vaccine. Belize, it's time to roll up our sleeves.
I'm rolling up mine because I know what COVID can do to families.
Because I want to go back to the way things were.
I'm rolling up mine so that I'm able to do music again.
Because I want to protect my family.
Things are slowly getting back to normal. The new normal, which includes getting vaccinated. Take the opportunity to get vaccinated at the R&G Life Wellness Clinic Day on Friday, June 18th. We will also have blood pressure, cholesterol, and other screenings available. Get vaccinated. Roll up for Believe.
I was 17 and in love, and I thought he loved me too. But now I know that a loving partner should not take away your choice of clothes you wear or the music you listen to. He should not take away your purse, car keys, or your phone so that when your family calls, you cannot answer. If your partner is controlling you, it is domestic violence. Call 0800-A-WAY-OUT or our cell phone number, 672-9628. This message is brought to you by the National Women's Commission in collaboration with Miss Universe Belize, with funding from the Engender and Spotlight Project.
Es un hecho que puedes obtener servicios ilimitados con Smart. ¿Cansado de que se corte la línea cuando más necesitas estar conectado? Es un hecho que cuando te suscribes al plan de Smart Plus, obtienes llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Y también es un hecho que te puedes suscribir con un grupo de 5 miembros al plan Smart Share y hasta 40 miembros al plan Smart Enterprise para llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Smart tiene los verdaderos planes ilimitados. Es un hecho. Sé Smart y vive de forma Smart.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, June 2nd. I am Sabrina Daly. Prime Minister John Briceño made his first official visit to Guatemala on Tuesday. This morning, he participated in a press conference at the presidential house with President Alejandro Giammattei. The Guatemalan president thanked PM Briceño for accepting his invitation and for engaging the Guatemalan counterparts in meeting. Prime Minister Giammattei spoke of shared interests between the two countries and gave his government's commitment to have friendly bilateral relations with Belize. Here's what he said at today's press conference in Guatemala City.
Quiero recalcar algo. Este es un evento histórico. Es un evento histórico en el que dos países que somos vecinos, que tenemos retos en común, hemos dispuesto a principiar a trabajar en la solución de esos retos en común, de mejorar nuestras capacidades comerciales entre ambos países, el promover la inversión y darle seguridad a la inversión tanto guatemalteca en Belice como beliceña en Guatemala, el que podamos tener la posibilidad de intercambios de información fundamentales en distintas áreas que no son solo las comerciales sino la de seguridad también. Quiero sinceramente, señor primer ministro, reiterarle el compromiso que le hice a usted de ser el gobierno de la República que mejor se lleve con Belice, con ustedes, para que podamos construir esa recuperación económica, que podamos hacer que efectivamente pueda ser una realidad, que podamos trabajar en conjunto para que nuestros pueblos vivan en mejores condiciones. Y ese será el primer momento de muchos momentos que tendremos para ir haciendo una gran cantidad de acuerdos que hay que plasmar ahora y lo antes posible para poder hacer cambios sustanciales en nuestra relación y sobre todo demostrar que cuando hay voluntad política se puede lograr superar diferencias.
In a statement today at the Presidential House, PM Briceño opened by thanking Guatemalan President for the invitation and warm welcome. Briceño outlined areas such as commerce, tourism, and education as some of the key areas of cooperation they want to collaborate on with Guatemala. Here's a portion of Briceño's speech.
Realmente yo también soy optimista y pienso que hay muchas oportunidades entre los dos países, Belice y Guatemala. Nosotros en Belice tenemos muchos de sus ciudadanos que han llegado en Belice y que han hecho a Belice su nueva casa. Así que realmente hay bastante que tenemos para trabajar. Los estudiantes, por ejemplo, que en la frontera de Guatemala que cruzan a Belice todos los días para estudiar en nuestras escuelas, y también nosotros, nuestros estudiantes que vienen a nivel de la universidad. El comercio, el turismo, lo cultural, sobre la medicina. Hay tantas oportunidades que podemos tener. Al fin del día, para que esto tenga éxito, tiene que ver ese deseo como persona y de corazón para asegurar que pueda trabajar esto. Y si los funcionarios ven que nosotros a nivel político estamos dispuestos a ver que esto trabaje, ellos también van a hacer su parte. Así que le quiero asegurar, de parte de nuestro gobierno, nosotros vamos a hacer todo lo posible para el acuerdo que hemos trabajado hoy, que se pueda llevar a cabo en el tiempo más corto posible.
In closing, PM Briceño extended an invitation to President Giammetti and his team to visit Belize. 2 days after she was charged with manslaughter by negligence in the shooting death of Superintendent Henry Jamot in San Pedro, today Jasmine Hartin was back in the court. Her attorneys, Senior Counsel Godfrey Smith and Hector Guerra, appeared before Supreme Court Justice Herbert Lord, while Hartin attended the bail application hearing via video link from the Belize Central Prison. But as quickly as the session started, it ended when Justice Lord adjourned the matter to next week. News 5's Dwayne Moody was there and files this report.
The bail hearing before Justice Herbert Lord this afternoon for the manslaughter by negligence case for Jasmine Hartin was adjourned to next week, Wednesday, June 9th, following the objection to bail by the Director of Public Prosecution because the petitioner or the accused is considered a flight risk.
The objection was made because it's considered that Ms. Hartin is a flight risk.
Yes, and we're going to be working on submissions, and then the judge will hear the matter thereafter.
Okay. That's on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
The submissions will be heard. What submissions will you be making to the judge?
It's in relation to her flight risk status, but...
Do you consider her a serious flight risk?
Yes, we do.
Hartin was not brought to the courtroom but instead attended the session via virtual link from the Central Prison in Hattieville, When he addressed the court, Justice Herbert Lord said that he was tasked by the Chief Justice to preside over the matter. The judge ordered for full submissions in writing on the objection as well as the case laws to be submitted by Friday, June 4th. Hartin's legal team will then have to respond by June 7th before the bail hearing, which will now be held at 9:30 a.m. 1 week from today. When he exited the courtroom, Senior Counsel Godfrey Smith's comments were brief.
You all were in court. You all would have heard the judge, Justice Lord, express disapproval of the kind of media publicity he has seen attending this matter. Obviously, I have no intention of contributing to that. You would have heard what I've heard, which is that the matter is adjourned. Why has it been adjourned? The Director of Public Prosecution's office filed a short statement, one sentence saying, we object to bail on the basis of flight risk with nothing further. The judge has said he wants full submissions, full developed arguments on that to be submitted by Friday. We are to respond on Monday, and the matter will continue next week, Wednesday. That is all I can say. Thank you very much.
Is the grounds legitimate, sir? Justice Lord says that following the hearing, a decision will be handed down no later than June 11th. Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Reports spread like wildfire this afternoon that a man had been pulled underwater by a crocodile in the San Pedrito area of San Pedro town. According to reports, the man was near the lagoon side of the island when a crocodile approached and attacked. A rescue team comprised of police, RRR, ACES, and the Belize Coast Guard and volunteers quickly mobilized and began a search near a canal where the attack was reported. The search then expanded to a mangrove area in the open lagoon. But up to news time, the search has yielded nothing. Earlier today, our correspondent on the island got a comment from volunteer Rachel Sept of the American Crocodile Education Sanctuary.
They tend to avoid us, and we're very lucky we don't have overly aggressive species and stuff. But what happens is when humans start to intervene, throw food, feed them and stuff, and we have had reports of that in this area, then the crocodiles stop seeing us as, they start to see us as a food source. They don't necessarily look at us as their prey because they go for like birds, unfortunately dogs, cats, raccoons and stuff. So they're really good like for the ecosystem and stuff, but they, unfortunately, when we intervene or we inadvertently change their behavior. So what happens is then it can cause human-crop conflict.
Right.
So in this situation, we don't know all the details yet of what's happened. This is an area that does have a very large croc that has been a croc fed. Could that have caused this? I mean, I can't 100% guarantee that or anything, but could it have led to the problem? Yes, and it has been something we do need to look into and address, but this is very abnormal behavior. I think the biggest thing is we just don't want the community to be afraid. We are obviously going to assess it, try and find the croc, all that kind of stuff. We're waiting for the guys to get back on the boat and kind of get more information.
Again, up to news time, no one had been found. Coming up, if you are hoping to get a non-immigrant visa to the U.S., you can now make your appointment. Details when we come back.
It's a fact that with Smart, you get truly unlimited everything. Only with Smart, you get unlimited data anytime. While with the other guy, it's only double data on weekends. With unlimited data every day with Smart, there's no need to wait. So, it's a fact that our unlimited plans beat the competition. Stop being measured and told when to use your data and get unlimited talk, text, and data. Experience the true unlimited plans with Smart. That's a fact. Make the switch and live smart.
Behind every great company is an equally fascinating story of how that business came to be. At Home Protector Insurance, we have one such story. In the early 1970s, Belizean-owned businesses were numbered. Few had what it took to face the challenges. But in 1974, one Belizean man, Norman Moore, faced that challenge head-on. September 4th, 1974, at number 45 Pickstock Street in Belize City, Home Protector Insurance came into existence. With a humble beginning of only 5 employees, Home Protector has blossomed to now having over 50 dedicated staff members and 28 agents countrywide. Through hard work, sacrifice, and determination, Home Protector, a Belizean-owned company, now offers multiple insurance products and has expanded into one of the foremost insurance companies in Belize. Innovation and drive will lead us into tomorrow.
eCash, powered by Belize Bank, makes payment and transfer faster, easier, and more convenient than ever before. I'm John, and I'll be telling you why shopping with a digital wallet is more secure than shopping with cash or checks, and ways you can ensure that your financial information is always secure and private. eCash makes use of modern encryption technology to ensure that your data is always protected. The data is converted into a random set of characters, and the amount of time and computing costs it takes to break modern encryption is near impossible. Your digital wallet is accessible through your mobile device, which employs a variety of security measures such as PINs and passwords, as well as biometric protocols such as your fingerprint or facial recognition, just to name a few. These same protocols protect your digital wallets from hackers and possible theft. If your phone gets lost or stolen and you didn't protect your phone with a PIN, no need to worry, as your username and PIN are required to access your digital wallet. With this in mind, be sure to never share your PIN and password with anyone, even with your friends and family. One of the fundamental benefits of using eCash is that when making purchases, it conceals all your banking information. Think about it. When you make a payment or transfer to someone else, do you want them to be able to see all your banking information? With eCash, your bank account is never exposed since you never pay directly from your bank account. All funds must be transferred into the wallet before you can make purchases. This greatly reduces the amount of risk even if your PIN or password is compromised. eCash also delivers superior accountability. Unlike using cash, every transfer and payment is logged and timestamped in your wallet and can be viewed at any time from your device. It's like having a personal accountant by your side for all your transactions. This, coupled with instant payment, puts you on top of all your finances. No more waiting for your transfers to clear through the banking system or for your payments to be reflected in your account. Rest assured that your eCash balance is always your true balance. While eCash, powered by Belize Bank, was developed with multiple layers of security to make the customer's experience safe and secure, there are some measures that you can take to make sure that your digital wallet is more protected. Always ensure that you download your eCash app from Apple or Google Play Store. Use a different PIN and password for your eCash wallet, which is different from those on other apps or devices. PIN is required upon login to the eCash app. However, if you forget your PIN, you will be able to recover via password. If you forget your password, you will be able to recover via correctly answering your security question. Never share your PIN and login credentials with anyone. Similarly, never lend your phone or device to anyone. Always review your transaction details before confirming payment or transfers. When sending transfers, always ensure to select names from your mobile phone book or type the phone number of the person you know. Transfer money to trusted sources, persons, or retailers. Never accept transfers you don't recognize or expect from numbers you don't know. With eCash, you and your transactions are safe. It's the same wallet you currently have, but better and more secure. The digital payment revolution is here, and it's time to jump on board and welcome the awesome advantages that eCash has to offer for everyone.
In November 2020,
Belizeans, tired of the past administration's uncontrollable corruption, overwhelmingly voted for a change. It is not merely a change in party that is needed, it is a change in our system of governance. Teachers remain on strike because we believe that Belizeans have not received a satisfactory response from GOB. Imagine that it took 2 weeks of industrial action to budge the government to start the process of legislative reform. GOB should see this cut as an interest-free loan that can be repaid at a later date. We deserve to be placed at the correct pay scale after 3 years. Otherwise, the loss will be massive. Why should you go to the minister to get a scholarship, a job, or land? Why is it that the minister's friends and family members get all the high positions? Do Belizeans really have no talent? Why is it that the corrupt past ministers are living off the hog? Remember, Belizeans, teachers want always got to know back. This is not a fight against the PUP. This is a fight against a system that has allowed our people to be trampled over and over. True solidarity for Belize. BNTU.
Bondholders of Belize's $550 million external debt have once again rejected government's proposal of new terms until a meeting is held among all parties. The creditor committee, comprised of GMO and Greylock of the United States and Aberdeen of London, says the Briceño administration turned down the suggestion that they meet privately. They also said, quote, without any assurance that Belize is open to negotiations or discussions beyond its initial proposal, which remains unacceptable to bondholders, the committee is not in a position to support the current consent solicitation, unquote. In a release issued by the Ministry of Finance on June 1st, government sought to extend the expiration time of consent solicitation to Friday, June 11th, in order to make a coupon payment on October 19th, 2021. Last month, Standards and Poor indicated that it did not expect Belize to make the scheduled coupon payment during the 30-day grace period. The Superbond, which is a debt consolidation of $550 million is due in 2034. In Cabinet news, Cabinet welcomed the comprehensive completion report of the emergency works carried out from November 2020 to May 2021 from Julius Espat, Minister of Infrastructure Development and Housing. The report includes infrastructure works conducted after the passing of Hurricanes Eta and Iota, and funds Cabinet approved to urgently restore and repair countrywide damage to roadways and road infrastructure, and to make repairs to the national road network in streets that were already in a state of despair due to years of neglect. Cordell Hyde, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Natural Resources, Petroleum and Mining, informed Cabinet about the technical challenges faced by Belize for managing the growing volumes of waste, the challenges in waste collection services, particularly in relation to natural communities, to rural communities that is, and the lack of adequate recycling programs and insufficient management practices at disposal sites. Cabinet gave its full support for the establishment of an interministerial committee to find ways to develop a plan to address these important waste management issues. Anthony Mahler, Minister of Tourism and Diaspora Relations, reported on his visit to the northern border and his exchange with the Mexican press in relation to the May 31st, 2021 phased reopening of land and sea border points to receive foreign tourists, namely the Santa Elena northern border, Benqueviejo del Carmen western border, San Pedro and Punta Gorda borders for foreign tourists who wish to visit Belize for recreation and vacation purposes. Only tourists who are pre-booked at Gold Standard certified accommodations for a period of no less than 3 days will be allowed entry into Belize. Jose Alpuche, Belize's ambassador to the Republic of Guatemala, presented his letters of credentials to Alejandro Giammetti, the president of Guatemala. during a ceremony at the National Palace of Culture in Guatemala City. In his remarks, President Giammattei emphasized Belize and Guatemala's shared vision of expanding and deepening all aspects of the bilateral relations between the two nations, as well as a desire for greater collaboration on regional and international issues. As Belize's chief representative in Guatemala, Ambassador Alpuche will be tasked with implementing the government's foreign and trade policies with that nation. He succeeds Ambassador Alexis Rosado, whose tour of duty concluded on March 24, 2021. Ambassador Alpuche, a former chief executive officer in the Ministry of Culture, as well as a former foreign service officer in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He served at a diplomatic mission in the United Kingdom and in Belgium. The U.S. Embassy in Belize officially resumed its routine non-immigrant visa services today, June 2nd. These were suspended at the onset of the pandemic, but now, with strict COVID-19 protocols in place, appointments can be made. However, they are already booked up through to July. Consular Chief Wilbur Zer spoke to News 5 Today.
14 months ago, as the COVID pandemic was starting to sweep the world, we, along with most of State Department operations overseas, in fact, all of State Department operations overseas, closed down our regular visa services because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since that time, we have only offered emergency and kind of mission critical services to passengers that needed urgent travel back to the United States, and are just very pleased that just today, June 2nd, we started once again offering the regular non-immigrant visa interviews to Belizeans. Anybody who comes in for an appointment, whether you're an American citizen seeking a passport or other service, or a visa applicant, whether that's for an immigrant visa to travel and live in the United States, or just a non-immigrant visa applicant coming in for a tourist visa or student visa or the like. We're just asking people to please wear your mask, to continue to social distance. We have our chairs social distanced in our waiting room. We have a separate outside waiting room to kind of keep people separate. We have wash stations in place. We've got places with hand sanitizer around. And we also ask that if you have an appointment and you're not feeling well that day, to please don't come into the embassy. In fact, please don't go to work, right? Please stay home if you're feeling sick, if you feel like you have symptoms. And contact us at the email address consulbelize@state.gov, and we'll help you to get a new appointment.
Opposition leader Patrick Faber is once again at the heart of a scandal following a domestic incident involving the mother of his 2-year-old daughter. On Monday, footage of the incident, during which he flew at a closed door in an apparent fit of rage, was released to social media and quickly went viral. It prompted an apology from Faber later that same day, in which he expressed regret for his actions, which took place 2 weeks ago. Despite saying sorry, Faber continues to catch flack from his detractors within the United Democratic Party, as well as some members of the wider Belizean public. The former Minister of Education has had previous run-ins with the woman in his life, which attracted media attention, including an incident in 2014 in which he was accused of assaulting 2 women at a party at his home in Lord's Bank. The complaint made to police was eventually withdrawn. In the wake of this most recent episode, the leadership of the UDP held a meeting on Tuesday evening. At the end of that discussion, his leadership remained unchallenged, at least according to a release issued by the party's secretariat this morning. But that didn't stop Mesopotamia-era Representative Shine Barrow from openly weighing in on the matter. Barrow, who has also raised the ire of Belizeans following an incident in 2020 in which his spouse accused him of domestic violence, an allegation she later retracted, says he is encouraged by Faber's apology. However, Barrow said in his statement on social media, that the UDP must carefully consider whether an apology is enough. Nonetheless, the UDP is appealing to mischief makers to refrain from spreading false information regarding the incident, as well as the position of their political organization. After the break, the new Minister of State is sworn in. But first, here's a look at the latest COVID-19 figures.
This COVID update is brought to you by Belize Medical Associates. This COVID update was brought to you by Belize Medical Associates.
DG and the National Bank of Belize are proud to partner with the Government of Belize to facilitate the disbursement of Belize COVID-19 cash transfer funds via our safe and easy-to-use mobile pays platform. After getting approval that you will be a beneficiary of the relief funds, you will be informed by SMS when your monthly payment has been deposited to your mobile pays account, which Digistore or National Bank branch you were assigned to, and when you can go in to collect. You must bring along the phone that the notification was sent to in order to present your account number and to receive your validation code and SMS receipt. You must also bring along a valid Social Security card. After your information is verified, you will receive a validation code which you are to give to the agent. The agent will hand over the full amount of funds allotted to you for that month, and you will receive an SMS receipt with a unique number for that transaction. Digi and the National Bank of Belize are committed to the development of innovative services for the benefit of all Belizeans.
Introducing Edam A Cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese, exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
Let the adventure begin with a bottle of Caribbean rum brought to you by Coyo's Distillery Limited.
We are faced with crisis situations, and we take up the duty as the Red Cross staff and volunteers to respond to the humanitarian needs of affected people. One thing that is certain is that we now have a vaccine we can take to bring back some sense of normalcy for all of us. I believe in the COVID-19 vaccine. I will take the vaccine when it's my turn, and so will my staff and volunteers. I urge you to take it too. Hashtag Get Vaccinated Belize.
It is my time
to protect your life.
Don't wait to vaccinate.
I believe in the COVID-19 vaccine.
Do not hesitate, Belize. Vaccinate. Be COVID-19 safe.
The vaccine is the best way to protect lives.
Don't wait. Vaccinate.
If you care, love them.
Protect them.
Vaccinate them.
Want to leave a lasting impact when you travel? Then travel locally. Make memories to treasure for a lifetime while making a difference. Make protected areas your next travel destination. With over 25 protected areas under the APAMO umbrella, the possibilities for adventure and education are endless. You can bond with friends and family while trekking through the jungles to discover natural pools and breathtaking views. Or take that snorkeling trip to the magnificent world of coral gardens and marine life. Then camp under the stars to end off that perfect day in nature. By visiting protected areas, you are helping to preserve valuable plant and animal life. You're building local communities, and you're keeping our natural and cultural heritage alive. You have that power. Travel locally and make an impact. We invite you to visit a protected area near you and discover the beauty of Belize's wild places. APAMO, the voice of Belize's protected areas.
Students and teachers at Wesley College were dismissed from classes this morning when it was discovered that a member of staff had tested positive for COVID-19. While that individual is reportedly asymptomatic, management is taking no chances. Out of an abundance of caution, classes were called off for the remainder of the week, while a deep cleaning of the school has been scheduled in the days ahead. According to Bishop Moses Bengushe, chair of Wesley College, the closure will inconvenience students who are sitting exams this week. However, it is absolutely necessary for health officials to conduct a contact tracing exercise, as well as sanitization of the facility.
We currently are involved in the situation where one teacher has tested positive, and one of the things we recognize is that we do not have control over persons who travel in and out of the community, and more so our immediate vicinity of Wesley College. And so we do have students and staff who do not live in the immediate area, and some of them would have to take bus and other means of transport. And one person has tested positive. We have been asked to close as an institution, which we have done, and sanitization will take place. And immediately after that, we hope that all will be well for the students and staff to be able to return to the campus. We are also mindful of the fact that some students are taking exams, and while that would have been disrupted to some extent, we're hoping that in the immediate near few days, we will be able to get back to normal. And so we're hoping that by Monday, they will be able to resume their exams, and everything will be in place to do so. As far as I know, the person is pretty okay, still moving around, but for precaution purposes, the person has been asked to stay off the campus at this time, but the person is pretty much okay. As an institution, we have ensured that we have put all the protocols in place, and we have ensured that we try our best to keep up with all the protocols. And we would like to say that sometimes these things do happen, especially with the situation around us, but we are always proactive, and we will continue to be so as an institution.
Move over, Gilroy Usher Sr. There is a new Minister of State in the Ministry of Human Development, Families and Indigenous Peoples Affairs. On Tuesday, Corzal Bay Area Representative Elvia Vega Samos was sworn in before Governor General Froila Salam as a junior minister. Vega Samos replaces Usher, who will now serve as Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics, which is headed by Substantive Minister Rodwell Ferguson. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the Belize House in Belmopan before the new minister's family and other members of the House of Representatives.
I, Elvia Vega Samos, do swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Belize and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as a Minister of State and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will, so help me God.
In a follow-up to our story earlier this week about an alleged attack on a bus conductor by employees of a rival company, Aaliyah Monima says Ladyville police told her that they have detained the people she made the report against.
After the interview, I came straight to the police station and I did give my report and press charges against the two men that assaulted me at the bus stop.
What was the police response at that time?
She said she didn't really give a response as in to say we're going to look for them or anything like that. She just said she wouldn't be in the next day, but she was going to make sure you get to court and get some court action and explain about the case that I will be going against.
What has been the police response over the past 2 days since that happened?
So we called a couple times during the day, yesterday evening, last night, and none of the men had been detained as yet. Going to check if they have been detained, because it's been 48 hours now, so I'm just going to go check if they've been detained.
Monima spent less than a minute inside the Ladyville police station. She was told that the men had been detained, although no proof was provided to support this.
I asked if the two male that have assaulted me, Mr. Hernan Serrano and Ronald Mejia, had been detained, and the police officer told me yes, they are in police custody.
Alright, so how does this make you feel? Does this give you some sort of ease in this time?
Yes, it does, because I mean, I don't have to walk feeling feared or anything on the street, thinking that they're going to harm me because of all the exposures and everything.
Monima also had a message for young women who may have suffered a form of gender-based violence.
To young ladies to women out there, that I would just like them to speak out, because I mean, maybe I have a delay in getting help, but it doesn't always have to be the police could help you. I mean, others could take you in and help you, you know, help protect you. It doesn't have to mean they harm the person that did it to you, but at least help protect you and get you on your feet before you can go and tell the police or so to get better justice.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Police press liaison officer Hortense Hernandez could not confirm that the Ladyville precinct has in fact detained anyone in relation to this incident. As for the bus operator's dispute, which reportedly led to this incident, personnel at the Ministry of Transport told News 5 there will be an investigation. We will be speaking with the CEO at the Ministry of Transport on Thursday and will have more details. When we return, the Social Security Board celebrates 40 years with gifts for new babies. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Available now at Bravo Motors.
Electricity is an essential part of our daily lives. We use lights and household appliances every day. Therefore, we must ensure our homes are wired properly. At Benny's, we have certified wires with the right gauges and insulation. BEL certified meter sockets, authentic GE and Square D panel boxes and breakers, which protect the wires inside your home from being overloaded. When wiring your home, avoid imitation brands which can be very dangerous. Give yourself and your family peace of mind using genuine electrical products available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
What is climate change? Climate change, or global warming, as defined by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, is said to be the process of our planet heating up. The Earth has warmed by an average of 1 degree Celsius in the last century, and although that might not sound like much, it means big things for humans and wildlife around the globe. Rising temperatures is making our weather more extreme and unpredictable. Some impacts of climate change in Belize are flooding, drought, unstable weather patterns, and changes in seasons that affect agriculture, human, and wildlife activities. What is REDD+? REDD+ is a mitigation activity to reduce carbon emissions and increase carbon stock in the forest sector. The name REDD+ stands for Reducing Emission from Deforestation and Forest Degradation, plus Conservation, Sustainable Management of Forest and Carbon Stock Enhancement. How can REDD+ be a solution? Trees breathe the greenhouse gases we produce. We can start caring more for our forests by planting more trees and keeping our landscapes intact. Our forests are part of the solution. Also, by encouraging the adoption of sustainable forest management in Belize, we can help restore forests that have been lost.
Forests are linked to all aspects of human well-being. Think about the clean air that forests provide, that oxygen that we breathe. If it wasn't so clean, especially during that fire season, we would actually be facing a lot of problems. So breathing clean air is something that we may take for granted, but it's actually something that forest provides and that contributes to our health and happiness. One of the advantages of doing things associated with REDD+ in Belize is that it actually is a great mechanism for us to be able to maintain forests while at the same time sustainably using them and keeping all the services and goods that the forest provides to us intact, for example, water. At night, it's the trees and the plants in the forest that actually release that water that goes up in the atmosphere and eventually comes back as rain. If we don't have forests, that water is gone. If we think about our food security and the food that we eat, the agriculture industry and how important it is for Belize, we don't necessarily associate it sometimes with actual forests. But it's those forests that actually feed the soil organisms that cycle the nutrients and make our soils fertile. It's those forests that are a house and home for pollinators that pollinate our crops. And it's those forests that maintain the water that our agricultural areas need to thrive. Otherwise, we would be subject to things like droughts.
There is hope with Red Plus.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
The Belize Social Security Board is celebrating 40 years with a new twist. They are giving women who had a baby on their anniversary, June 1st, some special supplies. Today, SSB representatives were at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital to meet the moms, and so is News 5.
The Social Security Board today surprised 5 new moms with care packages. The gift bags were presented to the moms who gave birth at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital to coincide with SSB's 40th anniversary on June 1st.
This is our way of giving back to the mothers in some small way to also celebrate with them their joyous occasion. We are happy to reach this milestone, and as we are sure these mothers are happy too for their joyous new bundle. And so we really wanted to just, in celebration of our anniversary, share that joy and share that celebration with these mothers, with members of our communities.
Of the 5 babies celebrated today, 3 are girls and 2 boys. Nilsa Henry is a new mom who gave birth to daughter Aura just before 12:30 in the morning on June 1st. For Delvia Conil, it's her first daughter after 5 sons. This is Mauricia Willis's second child, baby Nyla Douglas.
I'm thinking I'm more hard, but I just want to talk it out till time. Then when I reach I'm a quick thing.
What do you like about being a
mom? Everything. Sometimes it's stressful, but you have to deal with it. Part of motherhood. But yeah, it's good overall though.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to doing with your baby as she grows up?
Well, like my first baby, we done like the arts and stuff like that, like color, Play-Doh. So it's like look forward to the same thing, but with 2 of them now.
So today we have the Social Security here. They brought some care packages. Talk to me about, receiving something like this. Did you expect it?
No, we just hear about it this morning. I come to a surprise for Halloween. It feels nice to be appreciated.
The SSB gifted both moms and babies with some essential items to help them in their first few weeks.
We included items, of course, for the newborn, for the baby, items that they will, of course, need. But also we took into account and we included some SSB promotional items, such as the piggy banks. I mean, it's never too early to start saving for them. Other items such as other SSB items as a water bottle that, of course, we have to stay hydrated and everything. So it's just little items that we know that they can use in their day-to-day as moms, but also, in their everyday lives.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.
The SSB says that up to this morning, they had a total count of 9 moms from across the country who gave birth in the past 24 hours. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe.